Blessings, family. Jay Herring here, your personal licensed life investment specialist. And I just want to take a minute out of my regular schedule just to answer a really common question that I think a lot of people have. All right. And that is, what type of insurance should I get and how much insurance do I need? All right. But first off, why do I do this? All right. Very simple. People that have sat down with me, people that know me already know. I do this because of three words: generational wealth gap. All right. This is something that has bothered me for the longest time, and I wanted to do something about it. All right. So, why does generational wealth gap still exist? Simply put, there's a cross section of our society that whenever they pass away, they pass down money to their family, generation after generation after generation. All right. There's another cross section of our society that when they pass away, they pass down bills and debt to their family. All right. So that's why it doesn't matter how many trillions and trillions of dollars this country generates, no matter how many billionaires, more billionaires than any other country in the world this country has, this generational wealth gap still exists and keeps getting wider and wider. And it's based on the education, knowing how to stop it, knowing how to close it, knowing how to not leave your family burdened with debt. All right. So back to the questions. All right. How much do you need? What type should you get? There's no need to guess. There's no magic number. Everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's priorities are different. This is what I use to determine what type and how much insurance you should have. All right. So I work with American Income Life Insurance. We have a great internal system. And honestly, I've got a little cheat tool in my system. All right. I'm not a cheater, but I cheat for you. All right. I cheat so that you can get what you need without all the confusion. All right. It's called the needs analysis. Basically, I punch in what's important to you. I punch in the database on your current situation, and it kicks out at me what type of insurance you need to cover what's important to you and how much insurance that you're going to need to cover that. All right, simple. But just because I have a cheat tool in my system doesn't mean I don't know my shit. All right, I got formulas for you. All right, so first off, main thing that people I sit down with on a daily basis are concerned about is covering their final expenses. All right, how do I not leave my family with debt when I pass? All right, so to figure out how to cover that, final expenses. So I figure out exactly how long you are projected. Nobody knows exactly when they're going to die, but projected how much long you got before you leave here. All right, take that number, divide that by 20. All right, multiply that by 15,000. Why? Because 15,000 on average is about how much it costs to cover final expenses right now. All right, well, what are final expenses? All right, so think about it. The monument or the marker, right? A headstone. All right. I just had to buy one for my dad. All right. It's not cheap. You can easily spend $3,000 on just that. All right. You got transportation. All right. The hearse, the limos. It takes gas to drive you and your family around in those long stretch limos. All right. They're not going to pay for that. All right. You got embalming, cremation. That's not free. You got uh the materials, all right, memorial materials, you got the cemetery plot, you got the casket, you got prep of the body. All these things cost money. All right. So we take that, that's the formula. What that comes out to, what that gives me is how much it'll cost to cover your final expenses. So your family don't have to be burdened with that. All right, projected to whenever you're gonna die. That's covered by whole life insurance. All right. So what about mortgage protection? What if you bought a house? You want to protect your mortgage so your family doesn't lose the house if you pass before you pay for it. Easy. How much longer you got to pay on it, how much you have left to pay on it, get you a term policy to cover that. That's it. Boom. Simple. All right. So education is the key. You got questions, I got answers. If you need help, contact me. Leave your info in a message in the comments at the bottom. I got you. Let's get you protected.